Joining me now is former Europe, Africa, and Middle East editor for the Associated Press, Dan Perry. Always great to have you here, Dan. First, welcome to the program. And I want to ask you first, what do you think Secretary Blinken and those Arab foreign ministers need to prioritize in these meetings we're now hearing about to ensure this peaceful transition for Syria? What is it going to take?
Well, there's all these moving parts and everything, of course, is connected. It would help to have Russia on board, as well as perhaps Iran also, because they both have been such a major factor in Syria. But clearly, we have here a bizarre situation where the world is not celebrating the demise of a horrible butcher, one of the most despotic dictators of recent decades, as much as you think they would. And the reason they're not doing this is because of the fear that's been instilled in the West, but really in everyone, of political Islamism and of jihadism. And there's more of a sense than we would like that the dominant forces among the rebels, the ones who basically won the war, are just that. Now, Ahmed Ashara, the leader of THS, this most dominant faction that marched into Damascus and basically toppled the regime in 9 days, he's been making moderate-sounding noises to provide assurances, but I think history suggests that we need to be extremely cautious in whether we believe that. And if it should turn out that Syria trades Shiite dictatorship, essentially, or Alawite Shiite dictatorship, which is a minority position in Syria, for probably more powerful Sunni jihadist dictatorship, which is the fear, then that may even net negative, horrific though Assad was. So what they're trying to do is to incentivize THS to make good on their pledges to have Syria be somewhat inclusive, if not fully democratic, and to see if they can't create a coalition government that includes more moderate liberal rebels like what's left of the Free Syria Army and so forth. It'll be a neat trick, and much of the challenge is to get Turkey on board, because if there is a winner from what happened in Syria, it's definitely Turkey, who backed and trained and prodded the rebels in their offensive.
It's a lot to keep track of. I'm glad that you have a handle on all of that, because it is so important. And another important issue here is Biden pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza before he leaves office. So as we take a look at that kind of wish list, is that realistic?
I think it is, because Hamas really has been crushed. Mm-hmm. And at this point, their case for prolonging the war and not handing over the hostages and effectively surrendering is rather weak. Their previous hope had been that Iran basically can sustain them, but Iran itself has been very much weakened by events of the past months. Basically, the evisceration of its main proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon, when Israel finally lost patience with being bombarded for a year by said group. And then Iran's sort of inability to strike back at Israel's last assault, which took out much of its air defenses and probably was more profound than had been reported and admitted. So Iran's a bit on the back foot. They have no practical means at this point of helping Hamas, and the people of Gaza are suffering terribly. I think we're starting to see that there is, a limit to Hamas's ability to keep a lid on the political frustration among the people in Gaza. So they have recently, at least reportedly, dropped their major demand, which was that in exchange for return of the hostages, Israel needs to pull out of Gaza and effectively leave Hamas in charge, even if weakened. That never sat well with Israel.
Right.
And even though in Israel the public does want the hostages back desperately, the idea of handing such a seeming victory narrative to Hamas was never popular. So if indeed that's true, then it looks like the landscape is friendlier to a possible deal.
All right, Dan, former Europe, Africa, and Middle East editor for the Associated Press. Great perspective. Dan Perry, we want to thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you, Dan.